let's get started. The first number we will see tonight is from the musical 40 Elephants, which features book and lyrics by Laurie Hochman and music and lyrics by Bryan Blaskie. Sure, yeah. 40 Elephants follows a group of female pickpockets in a dual timeline comedy that explores the notorious 40 Elephants gang at 2 points in history, 1789 and 1939. 40 Elephants is about the power of love, the social diminution of women, and the biggest score the thieves can fit in their pockets. In the song you're about to see, Eat the Rich, this one takes place in the 1789 timeline. When a new member of the 40 Elephants provides resistance to training, the gang rallies behind her for the reasons behind their ways and a plan that will allow her to succeed as a thief with the proper motivation. As I said, I am the choreographer of this first presentation, and the wonderful Sarah Maestro was my associate choreographer. Come on and start getting ready. The dancers you're about to see in this piece are Allie G Hill, Mackenzie Lynch, Kristen Brown, Charlotte Vaughn Rains, Sydney Castiglione, and Aixa Borgetti Lopez. All right, here we go, 40 Elephants.
Think how fat they've gotten while our food goes rotten. Hold
So exciting. Here, dancers, I'm going to walk down and you can just introduce yourself in my mic real fast. Yeah.
Hello, I'm Aixa. Hi, I'm Mackenzie Lynch.
Hi, I'm Allie Hill. Hi, I'm Kristen Brown.
Hi, I'm Charlotte Vaughn Rains.
Hey, I'm Sydney Michelle Castiglione.
Yay. Amazing. All right, so we're going to bring Mark back up, and we're also going to bring Joe up, because since I choreographed this piece, I can't be like the moderator of this piece. So he's going to step into my facilitation role for a few seconds, and I am now back in choreographer role. Okay, great. Tell me things.
It seems like you're ready to go, so you go for it.
I'm always ready to go. First of all, let's give it up for Triple Threats, y'all. Yeah, beautiful. Yeah, I love the energy. I love the vibe. Really cool show. Very dark and sexy, which is, up my alley. I think right at the top, I would love, when we have 2 here and the 4 there, if the spacing was closer, I wouldn't have to do split focus with my head. So I just think off the top, like first verse, just those 2 if you want. First of all these things are take them or leave them. I often do a show, I get full page of producer's notes, you choose 2. That's another thing tonight is like you get to realize like, nah, or that one's good. Eat the Rich, I would love like, that chorus hits hard. I'd love like an energy shift. I guess it happens at the end, but even those first 2 times, the lady's facing the back, the next one, I feel like that can all be heightened. It's also the time that we all sing together. And then it was amazing. The only time I saw a dancer was at the end when you were center. And it was so gorgeous. And I would just want to say, like, keep muscling it. I feel like I know these characters. They are like real, they're rugged. I can picture the costumes. You're helping me with that. It's just, as soon as it gets too beautiful, I get taken out a little bit. Do you know what I mean? Just from an intention, that's just an intentional thing. But otherwise, I thought it was really exciting and, it's in great shape. Go work.
Awesome, thank you.
Yeah, I love it. Yeah.
Yeah. Sure.
I love the juxtaposition of that sort of like movement that's here and then it opens up. I would just love to see the contrast in that from the start even more. And also from the very beginning, I guess, I'd love to see you almost dial up what are your relationships from the beginning. So that it's sort of like brewing right away before, because in the story I'm sort of like, all right, this is something that's totally new and I'm trying to follow it. I was like, does that make sense? Cool. But I love the dual timeline elements to it. And it's giving me like Lizzie vibes. You know the musical Lizzie? Or even your other musical, Ghost Girls. Excellent work.
Awesome. Thank you.
I'm in charge.
You're in charge. It's you.
I think it's time for us to see the number one more time with these adjustments.
Well, do we want to give audience a moment?
Good point. Let's take a few comments from the audience. What are some thoughts that you saw or that you'd love for us to explore up here?
Was that at the end?
Just a quick thought, the pickpocketing like test.
Hi.
At the beginning, certainly some vibes of like Oliver. But am I to understand that she like fails the test at the beginning?
Yeah, absolutely. And you actually bring up a great point. So I'm going to just kind of repeat the question for our live stream audience, just in case, because we can hear in here, I think, but maybe not over there. But so it's a question about like, does she sort of like fail the pickpocketing test? And so just to sort of address that, we were able to sing and dance and stage the number in our 6 hours of rehearsal. We were not quite able to implement like live activation of props, which would be something that we would explore at a later date, right? So we sort of, you can see that we're kind of like pantomiming, but essentially in a more fully realized production of this, they are pickpocketing, right? It is, she's having this test of pickpocketing. First, we see the elephants who are already in the gang, like very successfully, gracefully pickpocketing. And then when she comes in, Helen, she's unable that first time, that handhold. And that could probably be, I mean, again, with more notes, we can kind of like amp that up a little and sort of see the shock of like, gotcha, you didn't succeed at that one. So yeah, that's entirely true. She fails before she succeeds.
It did feel a bit graceful, and I didn't quite latch on to the fact that, what her mentor just saw was not good enough to send her out into the world.
Yeah, I totally agree. I think that that's like a place where we absolutely could do. I think we, you know, again, and for the sake of transparency, we did a lot of work of being like, let's get the bones of the thing really well, but we didn't really have as much time to dial back and say like, hey, what does it look like to implement those sorts of storytelling notes? And so I think we will be able to like have a little like internal moment and talk about those things for 30 seconds, which will be really lovely and good to do. But you're right, they need to have more of a reaction of, oh, you tried to steal, you didn't succeed at the stealing. Now, how do we feel about you not succeeding at this first go round of your attempt to execute the task? Yeah? Cool. Yeah.
Let's take 1 or 2 more comments.
Fuck the rich. Anything?
Anyone?
Go on.
Don't be shy.
Is that on pitch?
Yeah.
I think along the lines for the beginning of this, to see what the power struggle is if all of the humans are around these two for a moment before they start moving around and moving into dance. It feels like all 5 of the humans are around the one and giving the information as opposed to these 2 here and those 4 over there.
I think,
what it feels
yeah.
like if they're a little more here before they move out. And begin to actually
I think that's really lovely. Yeah, I think we should try that. Yeah, I think we could do that in this moment. Cool.
Great. Well, if there are no more comments, we will see it again. We will also implement that.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, here, we'll talk about this for 2 seconds and then we'll see the number one more time. our writers as well. Thank you. All right.